inspiration flowing from nature. Now, this topic we're going to be discussing, it's quite an interesting one. So a lot of times you hear men saying that, oh, look, she trapped me with pregnancy. So, and also some women seriously set out to manipulate, and they'll tell the man that, I'm on birth control, so and so and so, just to get maybe a man to marry them, get them to stay around. But is it the best thing to do in the long run? Going to be having that discussion right now. And joining me, we have Kojo Addo, who is a social commentator from Voice of Change, and he joins me again now. Good morning.
Morning, Amma. How are you doing?
Okay, I'm doing very well. So, I mean, this topic, it's one that tends to get people, I'm sure on the fence,
Sure.
But it happens.
Sure.
What I don't think I necessarily like is the word trap. But a lot is the word that tends to be used the most. Oh, she trapped me, I was trapped, so forth. So let's just kind of lay it out there.
Yeah.
Is trapping the best way to describe it if a person gets pregnant and maybe both parties are not happy?
Well, I would say that if you're a man, at least as far as you know that you are having an affair with a lady, you should know that it's a 50-50 chance either the person is going to get pregnant or not. Either you also protect yourself or not. Now, as far as you know this, that the person will get pregnant or would never get pregnant, that is another thing. Secondly, any woman who would do that, I would say that the lady, it's immature, the person is irresponsible, and then the person is also selfish. Why would you do that? One, probably you feel that you don't have a strong foundation in the man's life. So you're doing that to cement that kind of relationship that you have with the man. That is what you want to do. But when you talk about the word trap,
Entrapment.
and trap, I mean, you have held him in captivity. At least now I have him. Anything that I say, he's going to do it. You think a baby guarantees your happiness or your sustainability of the relationship with a man? I would say no, it doesn't. Not in any way at all. A baby can never be a bridge between you and a man. He can never love you because of the baby. Ladies out there, I would say that let the man love you for who you are, but not what you can give him or what you have. For who you are, ordinarily. He cares for you. He loves you. If the baby comes afterwards and it is in agreement for the fact that yes, we have discussed it, we sat down and we planned it, then I can agree with it. But if I know that I'm going to have an affair with you and then we didn't plan that, we want to have a baby, and then you come back and then come and tell me that, Kojo, I think what we had about 2 months ago, I'm pregnant. There, I'll be disgusted a little bit because you were a little bit immature on that part. I'm going to develop some sort of hate for you. And this sort of hate could transfer to the kid. Don't forget, this is an innocent kid who knows nothing about what happened. So, your selfishness and you seeking your happiness has caused your child that kind of hate from the supposed father.
Okay. Now you just said something, and this is where I'm going to come in there.
Right.
Man, woman, both having sexual intercourse.
Sure.
The man, as a man, you do not want to get somebody pregnant.
Sure.
So you as a man, shouldn't you take responsibility to wear a condom, which we hear at least were 99% effective? If it takes you're taking responsibility by having unprotected sex with the woman. So if she gets pregnant, how are you going to blame her?
Women have, this is one of the lot of the strategies that women use to trap or to get. I wouldn't want to use the word trap actually. But this is one of the strategies that women used to have men close to them, and then also to, in one way or the other, have men accept them for who they are. Getting pregnant for them. That is what I said. You know that you're going to, have an affair with this lady. the possibility of her getting pregnant at 50 or not is also 50, but it's high. What is the reason for you? Some women deliberately would tell the man that, oh, I am in my safe period.
But that's the whole thing. The reason I'm saying is I have a cousin. He doesn't care. Rain, shine. He says I'm not married, so if he's having sex with you, he's using condoms.
Exactly.
And he's not going to say use the condom you are bringing. He will bring his own. Because he's made a conscious decision that I don't want to have a baby right now. So he takes responsibility.
Good.
A woman can tell you, okay, I'm on birth control, she's lying, or she can be on birth control and then stop taking, or sometimes some women even forget to take their birth control.
Exactly.
So to me, I want to know where the man should take responsibility in itself, because it's easy to portion blame. You told me this, you told me that, you told me that. But you are the one with the instrument, and you are using, and you're the one ejaculated inside to create a baby. So is it like, in that sense, can you still be saying, well, you trapped me?
Well, I wouldn't say, in that sense, I wouldn't say the lady trapped the man. As I said, I mean, two matured people coming together mutually to have an affair. You know that something might come out of it eventually. Now, if it is unplanned, you should be ready to accept responsibility for your actions. And that alone goes a long way to tell the woman that you are not just in to have her or to have fun with her, but you are responsible enough to take to accept things that will come out of your own actions and then your decisions. So you just going in, having an affair, being with a woman, I mean, enjoying yourself. At the end of the day, you sit back and you reflect and say, Charlie, if she comes back to tell me that she's pregnant, because she told me that probably she's in her safe period, probably she told me that she is using her contraceptives and everything like that. Could it be true, or could it be a lie? Am I ready for it? Then if the woman comes and indeed you feel that, and in Ghana, most people do not accept that because of financial problems. If you think you are financially sound, if you think that society wouldn't frown upon you and say that, listen, you didn't get married before you impregnated somebody, and then for that reason, I mean, you are irresponsible, you are this, you are that. I mean, society norms are there. The Ghanaian society means that nobody should get pregnant before married and everything like that. How will society tag you and everything like that? Then quickly enough, I know people who the pregnancy was almost about 3 months. The lady alerted the man, and then the man was like, listen, now that people can't see it too much, quickly, let us organize ourselves, let's go see your family members and let's put everything to rest. So they got married, and within some few months time, the lady gave birth, and people were like, hey, that means that something had already happened. I mean, the man was ready. But why would you do that? Do you do that because you feel that
that's the only way he would marry you?
That is it. 99% of women who have used this strategy to get men to themselves by getting pregnant for them has failed.
Please, do you have
a database of it?
Please,
I mean, out of I've spoken to quite a number of people. Out of 10 people, 8 of them.
Okay.
8 of them, which means that the man you didn't. This comes back to the fact that I said it last time that you need to have a conversation with the person. Any decision that you take affects the two of you. Now, if you think that the baby coming in will make you feel secured, will make you feel like, okay, now I'm in control now, why would you do this? You feel that the man is a big man in town. He's loaded.
He can look after you.
He's loaded, and then at least if I say I have a baby for him, he wants to take off the baby, and at least it will affect me, it will change my family, and it will change my society as well too. My dear lady, other men wouldn't see it like that. You would tell them that you are pregnant, they go like, go get rid of it. And then, what would you do? There are a lot of baby mummies in Ghana, in the world. But you ask yourself, are there a lot of baby daddies? No. And it's because of this strategy that women used in getting men to themselves, then feeling that they are going to be together.
All right, let me ask. I mean, there are some women, of course, females, who do purposely set out and they will find so many ways to get themselves pregnant. Now, I want to talk about some of the reasons why a female would feel this is my only option per se. So let's just kind of go through some of these things that I guess drive women to that point of where they will use techniques to get pregnant in order for the man.
Well, one, because they feel that they are probably not financially strong.
Finances. Wow. Okay.
2, security. You get it. 3, the prominence that I am associated with Benny, because Benny is on TV. So at least I want to have a baby with Benny.
That's my baby daddy.
That's my baby's daddy.
Yeah.
At least that is all people want. At least that prominence and then that fame and prestige that comes with it. Also, people feel that I'm doing this for him to know that he is potent, and then at least he's a man enough. So if a man feels that he has used condom with other numerous women and everything like that, and he comes to me and probably I provide the condom for him, and then we are talking offset. Some people use some pins to punch holes and stuff like that, and then at least he traps and go like, yes, indeed, you are a man enough, so you can have a baby. Now you want to secure yourself.
Marriage is also sometimes
marriage. But I mean, the ultimate of it all is that immediately I get pregnant for him, he's going to marry me. That is what other women say. Immediately I do that, he's going to marry me. Probably this man might have another wife. Then you go like, now that I don't want people to know about me, he's going to buy an apartment for me, a 3-bedroom apartment for me, plus Trazaco. That is where I'm going to stay with my family, with my kids, so that at least my friends will also know me and see me in such a way that I am not who I am. But this person that I am associated with, I have benefited immensely from this person by having a baby for him. And these are some of the reasons why women will go as long as it takes to rather not to trap. I don't want to use the word
but obviously,
trap.
go ahead.
At least just at least get men for themselves.
The topic is trapping your man, so go ahead.
I mean, getting a man for themselves. Now, when you get this man, do you think that he's going to stay with you only? Is it going to be you alone? Through which means did he find you? You get me? The same means through which he found you. He can find another woman through the same means. Where does that leave you as a woman?
All right, I want to also ask about the role our families tend to play sometimes in these so-called entrapments. Because a lot of times too, some people will have friends, family members that will actually advise them to go ahead and find means of getting themselves pregnant. So in terms somebody's advising you that this one day you should do it, maybe I did it with your father or I did it whatever, this person did it, should you be listening to other people's so-called stories or success stories?
Yeah, I mean, what might pertain between the two of us, right? What exists between the two of us and our way of solving our own problems wouldn't be the same as someone else, two other people. You get me? Because we feel that we understand ourselves to a certain level. Other people also understand themselves to a certain level. Communication-wise, understanding-wise. So if you did it in the 90s, it worked for you. Listen, we are in the 2000s. It might not work for me. At the end of the day, family members play a critical role. Sometimes, a deprived family, let me use that word, family that they feel that, listen, we are poor. Now you are so beautiful, a nice lady. You've gotten yourself a very handsome man who is so dusted. He has enough money. And the mom will go like, hey, dear, papa no whisker. Ko nyemumano. Onyemana obetima wari onebusuani ya yeye. That is what that they say. And friends will go like, hey, but you dear, you are hooked up to this big man and you are always hanging around him. Listen, especially when they are expatriates. Most of these foreigners in Ghana these days.
They'll take your bro.
Oh, he will take you away. Family, friends, they sometimes, I mean, they are catalyst to these things. But you ask yourself as a lady, where do I want to be? What is my plan for the future? Does this man really fit into my future? Educationally, you get me? I mean, success comes to do with education and also work, employment. Where would I be if I should get pregnant for this man? Probably you are just a secondary school leaver. Would you want to continue your education again? And you think that trapping this man, you getting pregnant for him, where it ends there? Probably your education ends there. The money that probably he might have invested into your education now is going back to the kid, to take care of the kid. And where does that leave you? So yes, indeed. I mean, people will do it. People will say it. People will influence you, give you their life stories, real case scenarios. I did it. SMS did it. I mean, you see your auntie over there. This is what they did, and then at the end of the day, they are hooked up, happily married. It's been almost 25 years. They've never had any problem, and then it's going on. I am advising you to go and do the same thing. Sit back, analyze issues, ask yourself, do I really want to be where I will be some time to come? Do you think that this man fits into my plans? If he doesn't, what you are doing is that you are creating enmity between you and then the man, and then also the innocent child who is going to be born. Who is it going to be? The man can refuse that I wouldn't accept this baby as my own. Where does that leave you? Where does that leave the baby? The baby is just innocent. But because of your selfishness, because of your immaturity level, because of influence from your family and then society, you have succumbed to all these things. And now your child, I mean, as other people who call, I mean, he has no father, and then he's just there. And you, society is going to tag you. Are you ready for that?
Okay, some comments coming through, which I'll be reading out in a bit. Okay, so on the flip side too, but I'm still standing by the fact that I think the man, is it the responsibility of the man for pregnancy or the woman? Because usually it takes two to tango per se. But any man that says they do not want to get pregnant usually will take all the precautions. So for you as the man, if you are not doing anything apart from if she says because it's her safe period, she's saying she's on birth control, and you go ahead and you have sex with her, sexual intercourse with her, shouldn't you, if you're prepared to use the instrument, you should be prepared for the consequences? As I said
earlier on, I mean, you should be prepared for your actions, and then you should be responsible for anything that comes up. But Amma, let's take it this way. Anything when you're in a relationship with someone, you should be ready that you should discuss issues, things that affect the two of you. It shouldn't be just a unilateral kind of decision. I feel that I am the man, so I should take it. The issue of pregnancy, the issue of childbirth, should be a decision by both parties. You should sit down and discuss it. Is it a favorable time for us to have a baby, or is it not? You feel that, I mean, in the next 2 years you want to go do your masters, so at least you want to have first baby before you go do it. Let us discuss it. Let us look at its adjoining issues. Are we ready to take care of this kid, or we are not ready to take care of this kid? So it is not to me alone. Fine, I will push my P into your V. At the end of the day, I will take responsibility for that. But I mean, when pregnancy comes,
most men would not.
But most men would not, because he feels that you didn't tell me. He asked you probably, and you're like, I'm in my safe period. He asked you, and you think that I was taking my contraceptives.
Does that man truly? If you know, that's what I'm saying. As any man that truly knows he is not ready or doesn't want to, even sometimes they don't just want you for a bit of fun. They don't want to see you past a few months. So if the girl that you probably are not that serious with is telling you whatever, should you take her word for it? Or if you really are serious about not wanting, you would take responsibility and bring your own condoms.
Sure. I mean, as responsible as you are, and then knowing yourself, you think that your image could be tarnished. I mean, you're a prominent person in society. Your image could be tarnished. Safety precaution. If indeed you just want to have fun with this lady, and she says that, oh, come over, I have my own contraceptive, I have my own condoms and everything. Bro, I beg you, chief, director, go buy your own condom, go there, and then do whatever you want to do with them. Because you see, you can never trust. Seriously, I mean, I'm not. You can't trust anybody. Not even women. You can't trust anybody in this world. So in order to do that, you just have to take some precautionary measures on yourself. Buy your own condom. Go and have your own fun. If she says that she can give you a condom, I beg you, don't take it. Because you don't know the motive behind she giving you that condom. I mean, these are these are tiny things. Somebody could just punch a hole into it and then probably.
I know
just
some men
take
also
like
would say would use the pulling out method. They'll be like, okay, well, I'll do it because they don't like protection, which is so bad. But they'll say, oh, well, I pulled out, so I can't, then it's not my responsibility.
I've spoken to some people, I've spoken to some doctors, I've spoken to some friends, and you see, it's the sexual intercourse, and when it gets to that climax, and you feel that at the back of your mind you're going to pull out. Listen, that's the state of ecstasy. You get me? And sometimes people clinch on to each other so much so that pulling out is very difficult. Seriously, even the little drop of sperm
can cause pregnancy.
As far as the woman, it's so fertile, and then you are also fertile enough. It can just cause it like that. Right. So don't say that precautionary measures. I'm going to pull out.
All right, Kojo. The question I'm going to ask you now is: there are situations too when some women will say, or a man will say to the female, "Look, and before I want you to get pregnant first to see that you're fertile before I'll marry you." But yet when they go ahead and get pregnant, the guys still don't want to take responsibility for that. While you muse on that question, I'm going to read some comments which we're getting. So Nanekria Friye says, it is not the best and you should never force a man to love by trapping him with pregnancy. Gosh. Also, Selassie Divine said, it is not necessary because a true relationship will work only if there is trust. Okay. So Tete Fio Samuel says, it is really bad. He might marry you without being in love with you. It will not lead to a happy marriage. So if he does marry you,
exactly.
Okay. Johnny Chroma says, I don't know why you should sleep with him in the first place. I don't know if you meant sleep with her or
exactly. I mean, that's going religiously. I mean, biblically and everything like that. If you're not married, you can sleep with them. Yeah.
Abstinence.
Exactly.
Okay. Zago the magician, some names on Twitter. Okay, says the baby will be mine, but the mother, the baby is mine, but the mother to her parents, because I'm not ready to cater for two. Okay. All right, interesting. Von Kofi says most ladies are trapping their guys with pregnancies, but they will trap Bela.
Trap on Bela.
That is so wrong. Okay. Desmond Sark Collection says, I think it depends. I mean, if the man is kind of stubborn and you trap him by that means, then it's cool. This is from a guy. So if the guy is stubborn, he'll marry you. He thinks it's okay that a lady traps. I wonder how he would feel if a lady did that to him. All right. And one more comment here. Kenata GH says, what if he gets to know that you were not telling the truth? Then you will lose. You will lose the trust.
I mean, you are deceiving the man. It's a deceptive act. And someone mentioned about the word trust. I mean, there should be that trust there. If you deceive me, you think the next thing that I want to do with you, I'm going to trust you. As far as I've lost that trust, here is the case. You told me that you are safe, and then you come back to tell me that now I'm pregnant. You have deceived me. Automatically, you have deceived me. Then it's the no thing like that. Now, what do you think we build marriage on, or what do we build relationships on? It is love, it's affection, it's the understanding, it's the trust between the two of us that can get us going. So if you feel that all these things are not there, but you are using something to get me to yourself, I mean, the child should be an add-on when the love, when the care, when the attention, when the affection and everything is there, and then the kid comes, then it's great. But for the kid to come and these things to come, I mean, it's a no thing. I can't love you because you have a baby for me. Girls, get it into your head. A man can never love you because you have a baby for him. A man can never love you because you think that now I've gotten a degree for. I mean, when you think that a man can love you based on something, it is wrong. Let him love you, genuine love, and then when the baby comes, then at least, I mean, when you love me, love my dogs. Anything that is associated with him, that is what he's going to come up with it as well too.
Okay, well, almost out of time. I want to read this comment here. Erica in Cancer Obeng says, I like watching the show. But for the issue of trapping a man by purposely getting pregnant, it is the worst decision any lady can make, because you might trap him, but things may not go in favor of you, and you could even worsen the relationship, which could affect the child. I think the most important thing here is it is children. So if you are bringing children in a situation,
yes, at least it is children. At least you should know that you are not the decision that you took, it's not affecting you alone. Just you alone. You should think about the kid. That's why I said that you should be matured enough, you should be responsible enough to take such a decision. If you think that it is to you alone and what you can get in the next 2 years, he can buy me a car, he can get me a 2-bedroom apartment. That is what most people do. Wow. At least he can marry me. I mean, marriage is not the line. People have gotten married and they have divorced. So at least you could say that, okay, fine, I'll get married to you. Then he could ask for divorce, and then where leaves you and then the kid. Think about the kid. It's an innocent kid you are bringing into this world. This kid should have the love of a father and then a mother, not two. And then at the end of the day, you talk to the kid and say that your father is irresponsible. He didn't accept the pregnancy. Meanwhile, you were the one who took the decision, and you brought the child into this earth, and then you are blaming the child. And that is why these days most children have some sort of hate for their fathers. It is as a result of the decisions, these individual decisions that women took.
And men too. Let's not leave the men out.
I mean, seriously, this is an issue. If we are going into an act, and you tell me that you are safe, and you tell me that, Kojo, I'm not going to get pregnant, and then fine, we all enjoy ourselves, knowing at the back of your mind that you trapped me. As the man, you should still be responsible, and use your own condom. I'm not going to just take that one side. Exactly. I mean, when you come in prepared. You should be responsible enough to at least use your own condom. But at least you shouldn't deceive a man. You shouldn't deceive a man. Men out there,
and women too, do not deceive men. Men shouldn't deceive women too.
Oh, how can a man deceive a man?
They tell them they'll marry them too sometimes.
Oh yes, I mean, and if a man tells you that I want to see how fertile you are, get pregnant for me, then at least he wants. It means that the possibility of him getting married to you is high. Oh yes, that one is high. But you, the woman, getting pregnant for the man, for him to get married to you, the possibility, it's very low. Okay, thank you for that. We're out of time on that. Okay, I want to say a big thank you to Kojo Addo from Voice of Change. He is a social commentator. We've been talking about trapping a man by pregnancy. Anywho, some very interesting views there. We'd make sure you don't go anywhere. We have more coming up on New Day.